You're watching Louisiana First News at 5.
Investigators are getting closer to figuring out what caused the Nottoway Plantation fire. So far, no answers.
But conversations about what will rise from the ashes continue. That includes the building itself and the way this history is taught.
Our ancestors had to work from before sunup till after sundown.
A Sunday sermon.
And were never compensated.
A lesson in history.
When they lived in shacks with dirt floors.
Pastor Dale Flowers leads the Redwood Baptist Church flock in Zachary.
The same God that was with them then is with us now.
By turning to 1859, the year Nottoway Plantation first rose into the White Castle sky.
Rural areas and urban areas, they are a fact of life.
Flowers grew up in Baton Rouge, nearly 30 years in the ministry.
I preached my first sermon in January of 1996.
Now he's confronting a divide centuries in the making.
And our different views of history.
On May 15th, 166 years after enslaved people built Nottoway, a fire reduced the structure to rubble. This week, the state fire marshal's scene investigation ended with no cause determined yet. The ATF crime lab will now analyze evidence. But online, the fire sparked a different kind of blaze. Debate.
Some people are like, hey, pass the marshmallows. And other folks were, just extremely upset.
The preservation of history is so important.
Iberville Parish President Chris Daigle called the fire a tragedy.
It's a day that we were always afraid of.
As the embers cooled, the conversation ignited.
There's so much controversy with the past, but in the generations that we didn't live in that generation.
That same belief echoed by Nottoway's owner, William Daniel Dice. In a statement to the New York Post, he says, "My wife and I had nothing to do with slavery, but we recognize the wrongness of it. We want to make this a better place. We're not interested in left-wing radical stuff. We just need to move forward positively. We're not going to dwell on past racial injustice." In that same article, Dice shared big news. Nottoway's owner has said that he wants to rebuild it. What do you think about that?
Rebuild it. Slaves built that building. Slaves are not going to build this building.
I asked Flowers why the fire became such a controversy.
Some are nostalgic about that time.
The signage outside Nottoway tells one story. Salon, spa, gifts, restaurant, hotel. On the website, no mention of slavery, just weddings and a list of historic trees.
And I honestly thought, I wonder how many people hung from those trees.
Flowers says some plantations teach what he calls proper history, like one in St. John the Baptist Parish. You visited Whitney Plantation.
Yes.
What do you think of that?
Whitney
Plantation declined to comment or allow new video. But after a recent visit with his kids, Flowers says this much.
Whitney tells the truth.
This video, originally from a 2020 Louisiana First News story, shows why. Whitney banned weddings, writing on Instagram, "Plantations are sites of immense cruelty and violence. We do not allow any event that would overshadow this reality and disrespect the memory of all those who suffered, labored, and died here."
It's honestly a hard place to visit because they present it as it is.
God promised never to leave us.
That same history flows through the pews at Redwood Baptist.
It was actually organized by slaves. These were slaves.
Nottoway's timbers burned red, then turned to ash. But Flowers says this redwood still shines thanks to those who laid hands on it first.
In every generation.
And those doing so now.
And the work that they started, that they organized in 1857, is still going on today.
Historians say there were likely more than 1,000 Louisiana plantations during the antebellum period, but that number is now under 200.